Since daily life now is so different from the way it was before, how can we as citizens begin to rebuild our home lives and our work lives?
Okay, I think those of us who are able to work from home, right? And first, okay, first, yeah, those of us who can work from home should be grateful um, that we can still keep our job, right? Because um, some people are not so lucky, like the daily wage workers, or they only get paid if they work. So for those of us who have that privilege, the attitude actually of being grateful is really important, right? So that's one thing, and how we can think of ways to make our job actually more effective, or to have roles like I read about how in some hotels, because there's no guests, right? So they've actually branched out to do other services, or like the cleaning housekeeping department is actually going to do disinfecting of places outside the hotel. So these are some examples of things that I've read on how other companies would be tackling the problem, right? About work life, yes. So what we do at home, like we had our company Zoom call, right, where I asked for feedback and suggestions, and then one thing was we came up with this interview series to keep in touch with our members, to reach out to them. And another idea behind it was that we have so many notable honorary fellows, our doctor fellows, but in the events that we have also, how much time can we network and talk to each person, right? So now that we are all stuck at home, we can have this time to get to know each other, like in this 30-minute conversation. We can get to know our members, and hear from them what are their challenges, what they have to share, some tips and all that. Okay, so back to the tips, right? So how to be more effective? How can we reach out to people and do things like although you might see your family members less and not be able to give them a hug, or some families have been separated because they did not have time to get back together before this took place, because not enough notice, right? And I mean, like my husband managed to leave Manila before the lockdown, right? And then he reached Singapore before this stay-at-home notice, 2-week compulsory stay-at-home notice was implemented, right? He actually arrived the day before that was going to start at midnight, right? But he did a self-imposed 2-week quarantine, just in case, also to because of our babies and my dad, who is 76, right? So yeah, we all know that the older people are more vulnerable to this virus, right? So we are mindful of that. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So home life, yeah. So also, I mean, for many parents, it might be their first time working from home and having to juggle looking after their children, right? Now, yeah. Last week we had 1 day of home-based learning, or HBL. I just saw my friend posted. I hope HBL is not held break loose, because she has a pair of twins who are now just in their teens. So I mean, it's a new world in many ways, and we have to think of ways to cope. But on the other hand, also there's a lot of resources that we can avail of. And if we think about it, in the last few months, I've received so many links of free things, free training, free symphony, free musicals. Libraries because physical libraries are closed, so digital libraries are free. And then not that Netflix is free, but other kinds of streaming things are free, and we can have access to books. Okay, so one of the I've been watching a lot of interviews and attended some online trainings also. And I saw UP Open System also has courses, right, that people can sign up for, and even World Health Organization has free courses, so Coursera and so many more others. Today, also this morning, I just listened to something where they shared a prioritization technique. So many of us like to make to-do lists and list out what have we done for the day, right? And then we know that, okay, so you prioritize them and what's urgent, and then what you'll do later and all that. So there's this 1-3-5 that you might want to try, which is on a daily or weekly basis. Daily, you think of one big thing that you want to do for the day. So the big thing for the day could be, say, okay, the interview. Then 3 medium things. Okay, so plan this, do that lesson, do a write-up, an article, and 5 small things. So the 5 small things can also, so all these are objective and up to you how you want to classify it. But in a way so that every day you accomplish your 1 big thing, 3 medium things, and 5 small things, which could be, it can be simple things also, not difficult things, but maybe something that just takes time, something tedious, but something that you still want to be done, so that you have the sense of accomplishment. Another thing also that I watched, I think just yesterday, was New Zealand Prime Minister, and she interviewed a psychologist, and he was sharing some tips, and he said also that don't be too hard on yourself, because maybe we have these expectations of what we want to do, or like parents who are the home-based learning, they want to their kids to learn all these things. But on the other hand, also not to be so hard on yourself, because we're all learning. We're all going through this process of adjusting, of I mean, working from home might be new to a lot of people. Home-based learning is also new, not only for the parents guiding the students who are their children, right? So now they have to be the parent and the teacher, but it's also new for teachers. So now they have to deliver a lesson online, which has its own challenges. Yeah. So when Philippines just had the ECQ, right? Then I saw that some schools try to implement online learning, and then I also saw on my Facebook feed that some schools after that canceled it, because they realized that, I guess, that not all students have access to a stable internet connection. And then, just now I shared an article about the divide becoming bigger, and that's the thing, because with lessons being online, that is a real challenge for educators now. Yes. That because just like many coaches and trainers are offering free training online and trying to give value to their current students, or also future students, right? But now, there's pros and cons in all this, right? Because just like how we can reach out to more of our members, because we could have many members who had no chance to even attend one event, and on the other hand, we have some members who you can see almost and multiple events, right? That of course we miss seeing them, but at least in these ways that we can reach out to them still and still keep in touch.
Right. So my last question is that how can we protect our physical, emotional, and mental well-being at this time when so many people are panicking or are anxious because of this crisis?
Physical, well, how how do we boost our immunity? I mean, eating healthier food, drinking a lot of water, some exercise. So if we're stuck at home and cannot even go out to the compound, like I know in some communities they're not allowed to leave the door even for the flat. So can you imagine doing 10,000 steps in the room? Yeah, but yes, there's actually, well, I haven't tried it yet, but there's a lot of online resources where you can do at home in your room, like just 7 minutes or 10 minutes exercise, which is high intensity and really effective. Okay, so maybe to challenge myself to try one of those. Yeah, but for others, right, they can still do stair climbing, or they can still go out into the garden, or okay, for Singapore, we are still okay to go to the parks, but yeah, there's now a website where we can log into to see how crowded it is to plan when you go to the park. So, I mean, I think Singapore is really innovative in coming up with new things. I mean, that was just a few days ago where I saw the news site where we can check how crowded the park is and how crowded the mall is. Yeah. Before this, we could only check the traffic in the causeway to see where we want to go to Johor Bahru. And now it's yeah, a lot more things, right? Sorry, physical, mental. Yeah, we can do prayer or meditation. Yeah, and I think yeah, the most important is our attitude. So if we always start the day with counting our blessings and things that something that we have to be grateful for, because yeah, there's a lot of things that we can be upset about or unhappy about, but if we focus on what is positive, then yeah, the more we focus on that, then the more it grows. Yeah, and law of attraction and all that as well. So physical, mental, emotional. I think the most important thing is to keep in touch with the people that we love. Yeah, even if we cannot be there physically, well, yeah, we can still connect with them, yeah, in other ways like that we mentioned earlier. Yeah, so actually that is something that we can all do to reach out to people, even by just sending a message and saying, how are you, just thinking about you, stay safe, stay home, yeah, be well. And yeah, you know, some at this time now, really a lot of people who have even like lost a loved one and they cannot have a funeral.
Yeah.
Or you know, nobody can go to their funeral. So yeah, we can reach out to those people, and the people who, you know, are living alone and all that. Yeah, those people that we know, we can think of them and just talk to one person a day. So whenever we ourselves might be emotionally down, it always helps to think about someone else and help someone else.
Yeah.
Then you will, there's no way that you'll not feel better. Yeah.
Okay. So for this time, Dr. Salvador, are you here with us? Sir? Hi, sir.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Okay naman po.
Good.
Oh, good. I cannot see you.
Oh, we can see you.
Okay, that's it. I can see you now.
Okay.
Oh, good. You are more beautiful this time. You are
I think Love
rested.
is talking to you.
Yeah, you are rested.
Opo. Ayun, sir. So, I hope you are okay as well.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Yes po.
With the graces of God, we are all fine.
Yes. Oh, that's good to hear.
Uh,
Ayun, sir.
So do you want to add something?
So, do
How
you
do
have
you want
Yes.
to
something, sir, general advice for the public in these trying times?
So this is really a big problem, global problem, because the economic infrastructure is really devastated.
Mm-hmm.
We, we cannot get out from all these problems easily. The most that we can do is really strictly observe and follow the protocols being imposed by our government.
Mm-hmm.
So the more we will disregard the orders,
the
protocols,
longer it
things to do, the more we cannot get out from this big pandemic problem.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully, the prescription of the different government all over the world, including our own, will work out because based on the experience of China, so they were so successful to flatten the continuous rising up of their normal carb.
Mm-hmm.
So the people in China really strictly observe what the orders of the government impose. That's why I incline to believe that at this point in time, government who is more strict and shall we call it more authoritative. I don't want to use the term dictatorship. Maybe I will just use the term authoritative. It's more successful in curbing, flattening the continuous rising of this problem. For example, in Russia, the government is so strong to impose the protocols, and you see they have a very minimum, if not all. You cannot encounter several victims of this pandemic, corona, COVID-19. You see, in North Korea, for example, have you, well, they are, some says they don't publish their own victims, but I think they are so successful because people really follow the instruction of their government. So in all countries that are having so many victims, America is no exception because there are many hard-headed people in America also. They don't want to listen. I just almost every day we have a talk with my siblings there, and the problem of their government is not all wants to follow the protocols being imposed by their government.
and they
The
also have different rules in each state.
yes, that is one thing. Every state has its own protocol.
Yeah.
There is no, there is somewhat kind of uniformity, but there are lots of differences being imposed by different states. In the Philippines, for example, we have so much freedom, even in our area. Oh, you cannot say, oh, you follow the protocol. Oh, they
But
will laugh. Yeah, they will laugh up. They will just laugh at you.
isn't
And
it that only one person in each household can go out?
yeah, that is the order. You can only one household is authorized only to go out and buy what are necessary. The old people the young ones like me are not supposed to go out. So I follow. I simply follow. But you see, there are many old people roaming around in our places. You go to the squatter areas, oh, you cannot impose this what we call distancing. You cannot. I don't know how hard-headed these people are. Because perhaps it has something to do about culture, or it is something to do about their problems. This is a big problem in a third world country like the Philippines, wherein 70, almost 70% of the total members of the social strata are poor.
No.
Oh,
Even in Singapore, there are people who don't want to follow
oh.
the
And
guidelines.
so if majority of the population are poor, it is ang tawag we have a cliche here in the Philippines, isang kahig, isang tuka. If you don't work for one day, you have nothing to eat the next day. So that can be one of the reasons, economic reasons, why you cannot expect that poor people in the slum areas, in the deprived areas, they cannot really follow. That's why I keep praying that if this will last long, the other 2 weeks that the president extend it, it, he ordered for another 2 weeks in order to be extended. Supposed to be next Monday, this coming Monday, lockdown will be lift up in Luzon. But because they cannot really control the continuous increase of victims, they decided to extend. But I'm thinking, I hope I am wrong in my projections. Hopefully, although the president appealed so hard last night that the stay home, make necessary things, remedy to remedy what you are going to in order to survive. But you see, you are dealing with millions of people. We are 110 million Filipinos. Out of that 100 million Filipinos, 17 million Filipinos are poor. The government cannot give so. What can the government give? It cannot give so much. It is not enough. And the worst is that not all among the poorest of poor are being provided. There are lots of complaints that up to now, the poorest of the poor, some of them were not able to receive any support from the government. So just imagine if it will continue. They cannot get out to earn for a living. So this is a very gloomy situation. So, hopefully, God will intercede and try to end this pandemic problem.
Okay, that's one good point
Yeah.
for actually tonight, because now we are in Holy Week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So today is Tuesday, Holy Tuesday. The
Holy
Archbishop of the Archbishop of Singapore is calling for a 24-hour fasting and prayer. So I will share the link with you, and because I think 7 o'clock tonight we have a mass, and then
good.
he's encouraging. Of course, not that we don't eat for the whole 24 hours, but maybe we can fast also from other things, not only just food. Yeah. So actually, yeah, I forgot about that, but that's something that we can do together. Yeah, while we think
Yes.
of how we can help to alleviate these other problems, which are very big. And one thing that we can do is we can all join this day of prayer, from Holy Tuesday to Holy Wednesday.
Yeah, the entire world is practically it is stopped. The entire operation practically is stopped. Transportation, business and industry, only hospital, because that is their mandate and that is what they are supposed to do. Very busy. They're so busy. And they cannot cope even in the Philippines. They cannot cope. The Philippines cannot cope what the demands of the people. Oh, you cannot. You cannot. We need the superpower. We really need the intercession of the Lord when we have to pray. And we believe that the strength of prayer, that's why as old as I am, I keep praying always, every minute. I keep praying to heal this earth, to heal this nation, to give strength, to save mankind. You see, it is only 5 or 3 minutes walk away from our place to the place of Norje. I cannot even visit my two apos there
Yeah.
because I want to show to my neighbors here that I really follow the protocol.
Okay. So we'll see you again next week.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day and a good
Have a nice day.
week. Blessed Holy Week.
Oh, please extend my regards to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Take care. Take care. Take care.
Yes,
Okay.
And we keep praying one another.
yes, sir.
Thank you and God bless.
And that's positive.
Okay. Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Super.
See you next week.